Before I get into this video, I'm not sure entirely how to approach this topic because the what had happened with this topic actually kind of hit me on a little bit of a personal level, and I'm gonna try and do this without a script, so it might not be as clean as another video that I made, but I'll try my best here. So those of you who play video games, especially horror games, should be familiar with a franchise known as Five Nights at Freddy's. If you're not, you don't really need to know anything about the games to really know the full context of what has happened here. The creator of the franchise, Scott Cawthon, was trying to get canceled on Twitter. Well, he wasn't trying to get canceled. People were trying to cancel him because of some political opinions he had. Now, he had reportedly donated to Republican charities, or just Republicans in general, and people were giving him backlash over that. Now he did release a statement stating this. This message isn't specifically directly at the Reddit community. This is just the community that I care about the most and where I choose to post these things. I never cared much for Twitter anyway. Don't blame you there, dude. To say the last few days have been surreal would be an understatement. I've debated greatly how best to address this, including not addressing it at all, but with so many people from the LGBT community in this fan base that I love, that's not an option. I'd like to think that the last 7 years would have given me the benefit of the doubt in regards to how I try to treat people, but there I was, trending on Twitter for being a homophobe, getting doxxed with people threatening to come to my house. My wife is 6 weeks pregnant, and she spent last night in fear because of what was being said online. She has already been struggling with her pregnancy, so seeing her so afraid really scared me. All this because I exercised my right and my duty as an American citizen to vote for and support the candidates who I felt could best run the country for everyone, and that's something I won't apologize for. For those who took the time to look, you saw that the candidates I supported included men, women, white people, black people, Republicans, and Democrats. I supported Kimberly Klacik in Baltimore because I believe that she really cared for the African American community there and wanted to pull them out of poverty. I believe she could have really made a difference in a time when so many black communities were struggling. She lost, unfortunately. I supported Tulsi Gabbard, a Democrat, even though I disagreed with her on several issues because I felt she would have been a good and fair president. And yes, I supported President Trump because I felt he was the best man to fuel a strong economy and stand up to America's enemies abroad, of which there are many. Even if there were candidates who had better things to say to the LGBT community directly and bigger promises to make, I believe that their stances on other issues would have ended up doing much greater harm to those communities than good. All of this explanation, I fear, is wasted as people don't want to discuss with one another anymore. They want endless apologies and submission. People who are expecting those from me will get neither. I've always been supportive of creators and have tried to treat everyone fairly and treat everyone with dignity and respect. I've never cared about anyone's race, religion, gender, or orientation. I just treat people as people, everyone the same, and because of that, I've ended up with a very diverse group of people that I've worked with over the years. It wasn't intentional, it just happened that way. I choose people who are best for the job. I treat everyone the same. I ended up with people from all walks of life in my professional life and my personal life as well. That's the way it should be. That's the way I want it to be. That's the way I will continue to be. I'm a Republican. I'm a Christian. I'm pro-life. I believe in God. I also believe in equality and in science and in common sense. Despite what some may say, all of those things can go together. That's not an apology or promise to change. It's the way it's always been. If I get canceled, then I get canceled. I don't do this for the money anymore. I do it because I enjoy it. If people think I'm doing more harm than good now, then maybe it's better that I get canceled and retire. I would accept that. I've had a fulfilling career. Besides, most things that people can take from you are things that never had much value to begin with. I have always loved and will continue to love this community and this fan base, even if someday it doesn't include me anymore. Now, in my opinion, it shouldn't even have to be an opinion, it should be a fact that was a very good, intelligent response to these people who wanted him to bend the knee. And he didn't bend the knee because all the man did was support who he thought would have been right for the country. Even if you don't agree with it, you don't have to go and harass the man and dox him and threaten his own fucking family just because he supported who he thought would be a best fit for the country. Now, you don't have to agree with everything that he said. You don't have to agree with him on like the political side of things. You don't have to agree with him on the religious side of things. You don't have to agree with him on anything. But that still does not give you the right to go and dox the man and threaten him just because he supported who he wanted to. And because the backlash got so bad from this, he actually fucking retired. He did release a statement on his Scott Games website stating this. Before I say anything else, check out this awesome piece of fan art. Pretty amazing stuff, right? I have boxes and boxes of artwork like this from fans that I've saved over the years. I've tried to answer as many letters as I could, and I apologize to anyone that I missed somehow. Someday, when I have a bigger living room, maybe I'll make a giant collage of all the fan art I've collected. Stuff like this has made it all worthwhile to me over the last 7 years. I've had a blessed, fulfilling, and rich career. I've been shown great kindness, and I've tried to show great kindness in return. I've tried to make some good games, let the debate ensue, and I've witnessed the creation of possibly the most creative and talented fan base on the planet. But here on the 7th anniversary of the first game's trailer, as I realized that I was in my mid-30s when I created the series, and now I'm approaching my mid-40s, I realized that I miss a lot of things that I got to focus on before FNAF became such a success. I miss making games for my kids, I miss doing it just for fun, and I miss making RPGs even though I stink at it. All of this to say that I am retiring. I have been shown tremendous love and support over this last week, a lot of which has come from the LGBTQ community. The kindness shown to me has been surreal. Is this the end of FNAF? No. This just means that someone else will eventually be running the show, someone of my choosing and someone that I trust. We will have to wait and see how it all plays out, but an announcement will be made at some point. I have 6 kids now, although one of them is currently the size of a blueberry. I love them dearly. They are my whole world and my whole universe. I want to focus my attention on them, focus on protecting them, and spending my time making things for them. I only ask that my fanbase respect my decision. I will still be around, just not in the capacity that I used to be. What a blessing career I've had, what wonderful people I met, and what a tremendous blessing to have been able to know all of you. Thank you so much. See you on the flip side. Now that was an emotional thread from Scott himself, and for him to retire over all of this is just, it's not right. It's really not right. Even though I respect his decision to do it, it's because he's concerned for the safety of his family, which he shouldn't have to be at all for having an opinion. I still respect his decision. So I just wanted to go ahead and take this moment to say thank you, Scott, for creating such a huge franchise that so many people have connected with over the years, and that have also boosted some YouTubers into absurd stardom. I just want to say truly thank you from the bottom of my heart, because FNAF has actually really helped me connect with a few other people, and it's a big part of my early teen years. So really, thank you, Scott Cawthon. To put all of my thoughts into one section of this video might be a little bit difficult, but I'm still going to try my best to try and illustrate these points as best as I possibly can. And I'm sure the rest of you will agree with me, except for maybe all of Twitter, but I digress. I do not think that it is right for him to have to retire because of some backlash he got because of an opinion that he had. I'm not a very political person myself, just because I do feel like it has the tendency to bring out the worst in people, but I've also never really gave a shit about politics in general. So, again, I'm not a very political person, but if he is, then that's fine. And if he can support who he wants to, I just want to know whatever happened to being able to exercise your right as an American citizen. He didn't vote the way that other people may have wanted him to, and they're canceling him over that. Why do you give a shit on who he votes for? If he wants to support Trump, fucking let him. If he wants to support Biden or fucking Ronald Reagan, for all we care, let him support who the fuck he wants to. He can support whoever the fuck he wants to. He can donate to whoever he wants to. He pulled money out of his own pocket to support who he thought was right to help run the country. And for him to get canceled over that is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Because you have like it's a majority, as what I've seen on Twitter, is extreme leftists trying so desperately to cancel him because he didn't vote the way that they wanted him to. I don't know whatever happened to exercising the freedom to vote who you want for, because they're treating it like, hey, if you don't vote this way, then you're a piece of shit and you don't deserve to live, is basically what it boils down to. And it pisses me the fuck off because like I said, he does not need to worry about his family's safety just because he has a political opinion. He can vote whoever the fuck he wants for. He can vote for whoever he wants to, and he can support who he wants to, and he should just be fine with that. And the rest of you should be fine with that too. So if he wants to support other people, fucking let him. It doesn't give you the right to dox him and to put his family's life, his 6-week pregnant wife, in jeopardy just because he supported who he thought was right. This is ridiculous. That is not okay at all. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I felt like I just wanted to get my thoughts out there on this because it's such a it's a whole clusterfuck of a situation. You don't have to agree with him or what he did. You just don't have a right to harass or dox him. That's all I'm going to say. So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please give me your thoughts down in the comment section below. And please, just know that this is the whole reason why I deleted Twitter. So, yeah, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.